it's no secret that I've been frustrated about how my financial life went in 2022. It was certainly a low compared to 2021, but it is okay. I think the root cause for my not so great spending in 2022 was just being disorganized with mostly my annual expenses and not being prepared when things came up, which I'm gonna be trying to change. No, I am changing for 2023. If you guys have been subscribed for a while, you also know that almost every single month I went over budget on my groceries and food category and my spending category. Now, through the year, my groceries and food I had pretty much mostly set at $450 a month, and I just blew past that every time. And my personal spending I set at $300 a month, and that was supposed to just cover wants throughout the month that were not groceries or food or gas or things for my cats or something that was already in my budget. This was additional stuff that was not in the budget, and I went over every single time. And for the most part, that was because of annual expenses that came up that I wasn't prepared for, and I paid for, as they came up. I just lumped those into my spending category, and also travel and experiences also got lumped into that category as well. And that's because I didn't have money set aside for those things in the form of a sinking fund. So for 2023, I definitely want to change that. So when Rebecca from Rebecca's Quest to Fire reached out to a handful of us on Instagram asking if we wanted to do a low buy 2023, yes, I'm in. I know Layla was wanting to do one of these as well, and she's certainly in. So this video, this low buy challenge for 2023, is actually going to be a collab with 4 of us. So it'll be myself, Rebecca at Rebecca's Quest to Fire, Layla, you all know Layla, Personal Finances with Layla, Debt Over It, and Christiana at Well Behaved Wallet. We are all 4 going to be doing a low buy here for 2023, and we'll be sharing that progress every month here on YouTube. So that being said, I always recommend starting with why. Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to improve your finances? Why do you want to be better this time around? Well, personally, I just want to be more prepared. My finances felt disorganized in 2022, and I want to change that. And to help that, part of my 2023 financial goals, which I put out last week or the week before, my money goals for next year are to set up sinking funds right at the start of January. So car, vet, and medical fund will finally be getting funded after 3+ years of talking about it. And then I'm going to start funding my annual expenses fund. And that one I am most excited about, because that was a thorn in my side all year when annual expenses came up. And by those, I mean, mostly they pertain to my business, my LLC, my rental property, things like that. I just didn't have things saved up. Not that they were a problem to pay. It's just that when I had to pay them in the moment, it took away from my savings goals, for example. So this year we're doing things differently, setting up annual expense fund at the beginning, and also travel. Travel is something it's a sinking fund that I have that has $50 in it. But I would like to have a couple thousand in there, so that'll be happening as well this year. I don't think it'll be hot out of the gate on that one, but certainly once the car, vet, and medical fund and then the annual expenses fund are ready to go, then I'll be focusing back on saving for student loans and putting some in my travel fund, I think. I know I'm traveling in October to California, so I do need to be prepared for that at the very least. So my simple and clear rules for this low buy in 2023 are: number 1, stick to a $300 a month personal spending budget, and actually stick to it. which I think will be no problem, just because, as I mentioned, this past year, I lumped all of my annual expenses that came up into my personal spending category, which is why I went way over that budget most months, just because, not most, but many months, just because of things that came up I didn't have a sinking fund for. And again, most of those expenses were associated with my business. So also in the spirit of getting my tax shit together, business expenses need to be handled by my business account. I need to, again, organize all of that into its own thing as well, so it's easier for tax time. But, so yeah, $300 a month personal spending and $500 a month for groceries and food. So it's a little bit more than $450 from last year, but I figured inflation, I guess. And I mean, even last year, most months I went over 500 as well. So it's not like I mean, 500 is plenty for a single female who does not even really eat out that much. At most, I've eaten out like twice a week, I think. So when I say this last year was bad, I mean, twice a week is rough for me. Normally, it's like every meal made at home. So I need to get back to that. So $500 a month, groceries and food. And my exceptions, where things that I'll be okay with spending extra money on, are experiences. And I don't want to have another kind of rough mental health year like I did in 2022. Obviously, sometimes you can't control that kind of thing and things get you down. Like, y'all know I'm looking for a new job. So, anyway, experiences that keep me out of that mental health danger are things like skiing. I live in the Northeast, so I'm definitely going to want to be buying skiing passes, which are not cheap. For a day pass, it's like over $100 nowadays, even for small mountains. But anyway, those are I'm totally fine with. I don't need any skiing equipment or gear. I have absolutely everything I need. But the lift pass, that's an A-okay. Camping, absolutely. Concerts and other travel. Again, I should have a travel sinking fund, but just in case these things come up before I have that travel sinking fund established, I'm okay with it. These are things that bring me happiness, and experiences are worth their weight in gold, in my opinion. So if experiences come up, I'm gonna let it happen. And if it doesn't if it doesn't fit in that $300 a month personal spending, so be it. Again, hopefully I'll have a travel sinking fund to cover things like that. But experiences, those will come up as they come up, and maybe they'll fit in my personal spending category, maybe they won't. I won't be mad at myself if they don't. That's all. And of course, as always, it's easier to do with a friend or a group of people. So as I mentioned earlier, this challenge, this whole Low Buy 2023 is a collaboration between myself and 3 other YouTubers whose channels I will link below. So like I said, Layla at Debt Over It, Personal Finances with Layla, Rebecca at Rebecca's Quest to Fire, and Christiana at The Well-Behaved Wallet. All of their channels will be linked below. We are all 4 going to be doing this together and sharing our monthly progress here on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. If you are interested in a low buy year yourself, please join us. It's going to be a great year. I feel it. It is going to be so much better than last year. I have hope for my wallet. Because ultimately, my extra spending just took money away from my savings goals, which was also another point of frustration for me in 2022, right? I didn't hit my savings goal. I didn't buy another rental property. It just it was so discouraging. And that being said, 2022 was not a great year for me mental health wise, so I didn't beat myself up about it throughout the year. When I did spend money on things I wanted to go do, drove around a lot. I went to state parks a lot. I went camping, things that I love to do. And so thank you all so much for watching. I hope that was helpful. If you do want to join us on this low spend challenge, let me know down in the comments what some of your goals are going to be for this year. I'm super excited to have you guys along and to collaborate with these other amazing YouTubers that inspire me. So again, links to their channels will be down below. Go ahead and check them out. Not everyone has their low buy 2023 video up just yet, so be patient. But that's it for now, and I'm excited to keep you guys updated along this journey. Thanks for watching.